Today on Talking Solutions, we're going to find out what the Positively Arts Foundation is all about. Pilita Dinesh is in-house with us, and also
Philip Pareto.
Pilita, I love the name.
Well, thank you so much. I don't meet a lot of Pilitas out there, so someone who appreciates the name, I thank you kindly.
It's unique, like you. The
Yes.
only problem is finding those personalized keychains. Not going to happen.
I scoured gift shops as a kid. I was like, Mom, where's Pilita?
Ain't happening. No. And your mom would say, no, hon, you're special. What is the Positively Arts Foundation?
First of all, I came up with the name because I believe too many times in this world, the arts kind of have a negative connotation along with it. They think it's floofy, frilly stuff. It's the afterthought. The arts are the things we do after we get the math and the science and the real education.
It's not STEM.
Yeah, it's not STEM. Where's the validity in the arts? So I wanted my name to be Positively Arts, to give people a constant reminder that the arts are a positive thing in every scenario, in every situation.
You know, the arts, of course, one of the first things they cut out of the budgets in the schools when money gets tight.
Exactly. And I found this out firsthand. My first job here in Nevada was working for the Public Education Foundation.
Oh, sure, we know them.
Yes, I love them. I love the organization. I worked with them for 2 years. And working with them, I found out a lot of the greatest need in the arts through Rick McEnany and the secondary arts programs. And after working with them for 2 years, I was like, you know what? I want to create a foundation specifically geared towards just the arts. That's what I did. And I work hand in hand with the Community Partnership Office, Judy Myers. She connects me with the schools with the greatest need for arts programs. And I go right into the schools and help different teachers, different kids, different programs. And it's a wonderful connection I have.
Pilita, what was the need that you saw that made you create the group?
Well, like you said, arts are the first things to go. I will say Clark County School District does have a lot of wonderful arts programs, but there are those schools. One in particular, El Dorado High School, I work with them a lot. Gianni Embriani, the drama teacher there, wonderful, passionate teacher, and she has these great kids, and they just don't have a lot of funding. So one of the first things I did with Positively Arts Foundation, we made a $4,000 donation to her and her arts program, and she was able to create some great projects throughout the year. I stay in touch with her, and I work with her kids a lot.
A school like El Dorado, at-risk school?
It is an at-risk school. A lot of these kids have no means, not only no means for the arts, but for a lot of things, just the bare necessities. Kids are suffering from not having adequate food and home resources. So again, the arts are kind of the last things thrown on at the end. I want to make sure that I can come in there and help with these basic necessities, because I believe the arts are intertwined in bare necessities. I think empowering kids and giving kids their own voice is just as important as giving them a roof and food, because you can have a kid that has food and has shelter, but if they have no identity and no self-confidence and no self-worth, they're just kind of existing, and then they're open to all the scary things in the world, and they're being thrown out there in the scary world without their own hearts and minds strong and powerful to get them through.
So to give a full rounded experience to kids, especially these at-risk kids, which you deal with the Positively Arts Foundation, that art component is a big part of developing your individual self?
Oh, definitely. I think one of the hardest things for kids nowadays, especially with social media and everyone having these instant gratification, there's also instant terror and instant scariness and instant bullying online. And if you don't empower kids and give them an identity and a voice early on, and they're thrown into this mess of finding their identity through their peers and through other things that are laid out for them, it's terrifying. I wouldn't want to be a kid in this day and age. It was hard enough for me going through school and your peers and these tangible situations. I can't imagine logging onto your computer and feeling the pressure right away of, I don't want to post this picture. What am I wearing? Is it okay? Are people going to make fun of it? Do I look cool? I can't even imagine what it's like.
It is scary because I'm on social media quite a lot, because being part of the media, of course, that's part of what we do. We want to reach out and touch our listeners in any way that we can. But I'm also, like a lot of people who do this for a living, a little bit introverted. People don't know that, but I'm not putting selfies up and doing a lot of stuff about me. I'd rather turn it around and shine the light on something else.
Exactly. And I think one thing kids aren't realizing is when they put themselves out there in a picture, they're not realizing everything that goes along with that. They're representing themselves. A picture picture says 1,000 words. How many times do we say that? So I really want to empower kids through the arts to give them more than just a picture. I want to teach them they're more than just this photo they put out there. They have a voice. They have words to say. They have a song to sing. They have an identity to share with people in a positive way, in a self-respecting way. That's one thing I believe the arts do for kids. It gives them a voice that they can really believe in and be proud of. How many kids are struggling to find themselves? I find that if you give a kid an instrument, whether it's a tangible guitar or piano or their own voice, the mastery of that instrument, how that empowers a kid, it's a beautiful thing to watch them discover about themselves.
Well, it's totally different than the things that we were joking about STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, how there's either a right or a wrong answer to the questions that are asked in those fields. Those areas are so important, and we definitely want to encourage that. But when it comes to the arts, it's more an individual's expression. Everybody's going to do it differently, and that's okay. That's part of the deal.
Exactly. It's subjective. But one thing I like to do through Positively Arts Foundation is we combine the two. We combine the maths and the sciences with the arts. For instance, I have a program where I will bring ballroom dancers into a geometry class. And geometry is a whole bunch of abstract concepts that kids are learning in books. So I was like, why not bring a couple into a classroom, have them do a dance, and the kids will learn about parallel lines and intersect points. And every time the guy leads a girl, it's at a 45-degree angle. So they're watching symmetry and motion, and all of a sudden, the arts have helped illustrate these abstract mathematical concepts.
Ooh, I like that.
It's wonderful.
How many times have we watched Dancing with the Stars, and then we hear the judges at the end of the dance routine pick it apart because their angles weren't quite what they expect for that kind of dance.
And another thing we do is we bring break dancers into physics classrooms. How many people were terrified of their physics classes, talk about abstract concepts? But we bring a break dancer in, have him spin on his head, and the kids go, ooh, that's cool. And we're like, yeah, it's cool, but it's also gravity, propulsion, centrifugal force, inertia. And so again, abstract concepts coming to life before their eyes. It gets kids excited not only about physics, but about the arts. I think it's a win-win situation.
That's interesting, putting those concepts and tying the arts into these more technical parts of the education system. Never occurred to me before. That's new.
It's one thing I actually learned during my time at Harvard. I have a EDM in the arts and education, and one thing we learned early on is in order to push the arts and get funding in the arts, you have to give it validity. You have to connect it in a way that people will digest it. And if it helps math and science, sure, I'll donate to the arts. So it was kind of our way to snake in there and get people realizing its worth and its validity. There's a program called Harvard Project Zero, and it's their main purpose to create arts programs that prove that there's a direct correlation between the arts and benefits in math and science and kids' positive affect.
Pilita Dinesh is with us today on Talking Solutions, and we're talking about the Positively Arts Foundation, something that you created. You mentioned that you came out of Harvard, so you obviously started at one point back east. How'd you end up out here? What happened?
Well, I like to think of myself as the perfect illustration of an artist and a quote-unquote real job person coexisting together. I developed Positively Arts Foundation as a passion project. It came about from a variety of sources, but the number one being my own personal life. I lost my dad at a young age, at 13 years old. My parents were first-generation immigrants from the Philippines and Iran, and they just wanted me to have a better life. They were a doctor and a nurse, and I was going to be either a doctor or a nurse. And when I lost my dad at 13, I needed to step up and really help my mom. She had to raise 3 kids on her own. She went from a full-time mom to a full-time nurse and a full-time mom. So I've been working full-time since I was 15 years old, trying to help keep the family together. And the arts, for me, it became a way to cope with the loss of my dad. And even though I didn't suddenly become a singer, I went through pre-med and I was gearing up for medical school, and I used singing and performing arts as a way to just deal with the loss of my dad and the stress of working full-time, putting myself through school. So I found a way to enmesh the arts into my life as a student. Then I got to a point where I was about to start medical school, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. The arts are so intertwined in me. So I actually went and became a singer for Walt Disney for 7 years. And it was the best time of my life. And here I was with this degree in pre-med, and then I was singing, touring around the world with Walt Disney, and it was the best time of my life. I later went back to Harvard and got a master's in arts and education because I wanted to find a way to bring the arts to others in a way that it was brought into my own life. So I wanted to find a way to prove the worth of the arts for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're going to be the best singer in the world or be a doctor who sings on the side or be an engineer who just likes to write music. I want to prove to everybody that the arts are valid and worth everything for everyone.
And the arts are part of a well-rounded life.
Exactly.
So you got from Harvard, worked with Disney for a number of years. You ended up one way or the other here in Las Vegas, obviously.
Yes. After 7 years performing with Disney, I got a job at the Public Education Foundation here in Las Vegas for 2 years. I didn't perform. And then, again, the arts came back into my life, and I felt this need to get back on stage. So I took a break, and I left the Public Education Foundation and started performing again. And that's when I decided I need to go back and tap into my Harvard degree and start my own nonprofit and find a way to raise awareness in the arts here in Las Vegas because there was such a need for it, which I discovered through working with the Public Education Foundation.
How do you find out about the at-risk kids that you target for this kind of program?
A couple ways. Judy Myers at the Community Partnership Office is invaluable in connecting me with the kids in most need for the arts, but also just getting around town and meeting people, meeting other performers, talking to them about kids they teach and parents, and finding at-risk kids in any way. I've recently come in touch with a lot of at-risk kids through a bunch of agencies, and I will say now they're my new focus. So I also work with Clark County School District during the school year. But in the summer now, I've created summer programs for at-risk kids, and I'm going to say it's some of the most rewarding experiences I've ever had with my foundation.
Tell us about those.
It's great. It's a very emotional process for me because these are kids that I encountered 10 years ago at Harvard. These at-risk kids suffering from depression, PTSD, social anxiety, homelessness. These are the kids who need the arts the most. These are the kids that can't even get up in the morning, who don't even want to get out of bed because they're just so burdened with all the stress in their lives. They don't know what their voice is. They don't have anything to say. They don't think anyone wants to listen to what they have to say. When I introduce the arts to these kids and I get them talking, singing, dancing, spoken word, anything, to watch that transition from a kid who has his shoulders hunched over and is sitting in the corner of the room, and then 2 days later into the camp, you see them speak for the first time, and then 2 days later, sing for the first time. I can't even tell you how amazing that is to watch these kids find their own voice. And then love it, and then love what they do. It's amazing.
It sounds like you're taking a black and white life where they think they don't matter, and you're adding the color.
Oh, it's a beautiful way to put it. That's so true. When I'm sitting back and watching these kids find themselves and find their voices, it is. It's like watching black and white turn to Technicolor. That's a beautiful way to put it.
So you have camps in the summer?
Yes, it's a new project for Positively Arts Foundation. We are sponsoring kids to attend Broadway Dreamers Fantasy Camp. Broadway Dreamers is a fantasy camp put on by professional artists on the Strip. The best of Broadway, Cirque du Soleil, and Disney come together and they teach these master classes on the arts for these at-risk kids and pretty much any kid in the Valley who wants to do it. And it's amazing. These performers on the Strip are so giving with their time and talent.
We've got a segment that we run very often on Talking Solutions called Heart of the Strip. We shine a light on performers in shows on the Strip and what they're doing to give back to the community. We've got some amazing people besides being incredible performers.
Yes, I work with the casts of Jersey Boys, Vegas the Show, Showstoppers, Rock of Ages. A lot of those cast members have donated time, free dance lessons, free singing lessons to these at-risk kids. It's wonderful. Broadway Dreamers is a way for me to gather those same people and put them together for 1 week, all-star fantasy camp, and giving these kids the best experience in the arts. And at the end of every camp, every kid gets to write their own song or choreograph their own dance, and they get to perform it live on the Treasure Island Kahunaville Showroom Theater stage with a live band with sound and lights. and they get to shine. They get to finally tell their story through their dance or their voice or their spoken word, and it's amazing.
And they get that immediate response, because when you're on stage and you're putting your work out there, to get the feedback from the audience and the appreciation and the applause and the recognition, that's pretty spectacular.
It's completely empowering for these kids. Not only do they get to find their voice, but they realize somebody wants to hear it. Somebody's giving me applause for something I have to say.
Chances are you've never heard of the Positively Arts Foundation right here in Las Vegas. Pilita Dinesh is the creator and the passion, obviously, behind it. You're talking about these summer camps. Do they go on for several weeks throughout the summer?
Yes, we are holding 5 camps this summer, 5 consecutive weeks starting this Monday, July 20th. They run Monday through Friday, and the performance night is the following Tuesday night from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Kahunaville showroom at Treasure Island.
One of the focus points of the show of Talking Solutions is people talk about problems all the time, but here we talk about what we can do to help. So that's what I'd want to ask you. As far as the Positively Arts Foundation, what can we do to help you?
Well, I will have to say, one of the great things about my foundation is that a lot of teaching artists on the Strip donate their time and their lessons to these kids. But now that we're running these summer camps, for the first time, I'm actually in need of basic supplies. The cost of running these camps, paying for rental spaces, the utilities, paying the teaching artists supplies for these kids to use to record their songs, to put up the show at Kahunaville. This is probably the first time I actually am in need of money and any kind of donation, whether it's silent auction items or cash or people donating their time to teach or to help at the theater.
There's a lot of ways.
There's a lot of ways.
And we would find out about this maybe through the website?
Yes, if you go to www.pafgive.org, there is a donate button where you can donate through PayPal, or you can mail in physical donations if you have anything you want to donate, show tickets, rounds of golf, clothing items, auction items, whatever it is, we're accepting it.
And you'll turn it into amazing experiences for kids.
Definitely 100% of donations go back to the kids and these programs.
The opportunity is there. It sounds like there's a lot of different areas where we can help, from giving money to donating items for silent auctions, maybe donating time for the performances. And if we were looking maybe to step in and help, these sound like fun events.
They're definitely fun events. One thing we're doing is we are opening the Tuesday night performance to the public. So if you want to see these kids shine at Treasure Island, at Kahunaville, go to my website. There is a button on the homepage where you can buy tickets to watch these kids Tuesday nights from 5:30 to 7:30, and it's only $10 a ticket for locals, $20 for out-of-towners. Come and support these kids. Come to Kahunaville at 5:30 and listen to their song, listen to their voices, watch their dances, and give them the applause that they need.
Get a taste of their passion and find out what they're learning through these camps.
Exactly.
The Positively Arts Foundation, now we know that if someone was able to donate, go to pafgive.org.
Correct.
What about if we're looking to volunteer time, or if we want to just get in contact? Might know of some kids who would love to be part of one of your summer programs.
All of that is on the website. The phone number, you can call 702-931-ARTS. 2787-931-2787. Call and tell me what you want to donate, whether it's your time or auction items or money. It's all going to help the kids, and it's wonderful.
By the smile on your face, I'm thinking that you get some stuff back out of this. The good vibes that you get back, the knowledge that you're helping a kid discover their inner artist.
Definitely. I will say I am so blessed. I get to perform 5 nights a week. I sing. I am the lead singer of the house band for Paris Casino. I do that every night. It's my passion. I love it. And then during the days, I run this nonprofit and I give back through the arts. Try to find kids who are in need of it, and I want them to have the same love and joy and passion for the arts that I do.
This is a great opportunity. It is the Positively Arts Foundation. They are helping out at-risk kids. I know you've got a lot of kids already lined up for the 5 consecutive weeks of camp that you have happening starting Monday. A town as big as this one and a school district as large as the Clark County School District, which last time I checked, 5th largest in the country. Absolutely. There are a lot of kids who could benefit from experiencing the Positively Arts Foundation.
Yes, and actually we have a lot of spots open for these fantasy camps. And I will say, whether you're an at-risk kid or just a kid who loves the performing arts, this camp is for you. We bring together all-star teaching artists. These are performers who are currently on the strip in Broadway shows, Cirque du Soleil shows. We're even flying in Disney show directors from Orlando and LA to come in and teach master classes. Broadway Dreamers is a company, and Positively Arts helps kids who can't afford it pay to go to Broadway Dreamers. But if you want to sign up for Broadway Dreamers, you call 702-931-ARTS.
Gotcha.
702-931-2787.
Gotcha.
That's how you sign up for the fantasy camp. If you want to sign up and you can't afford it, Positively Arts Foundation will help provide scholarship money so you can attend the Broadway Dreamers Fantasy Camp.
One way or the other.
One way or the other, you're going to get into this camp and you're going to love it. It's something I wish I would have had when I was a kid growing up in the arts. It's really an unmatched opportunity.
You actually had to grow up, learn about it, create the organization to be able to provide these opportunities. It sounds great. Kids are going to get a big benefit out of this.
I agree. And one way people can help is if you're an organization who would like to partner with me in some way. That's how I found Phil Pareto here. He runs a company called Tickle Me Entertainment, and he found out about me through Treasure Island. Mark Green is the owner of the Kahunaville showroom, and he has graciously donated that theater for our kids. I met Phil during one of the meetings, and he has offered help and assistance to my foundation, helping me write press releases, giving me free reign of his space at his business, Tickle Me Entertainment, and so much more. I'd love for you to meet him, find out how he's helping my organization.
Tell us, because we want everybody to get involved.
Well, Tickle Me Entertainment, we're a show production, talent management, and marketing firm. We've been helping out with the media and the distribution of the media. We also have a part of Tickle Me where we teach comedy classes. That's part of what we're going to be also doing with the organization is provide stand-up comedy classes to the kids.
That's an advanced level. I'm sorry. I've been on stage, but the comedy element, that takes inner strength to be able to put out what you think is amusing and entertaining to an audience and then wait for their feedback, especially when you're first starting out. When they put sound effects of the crickets on, when nobody's reacting at all, that's scary.
But it's amazing how creative these kids can get with comedy and how funny they can be.
Totally encourage that. One of our morning show hosts here at Beasley Media Group is Carla Ray, who works with Mike O'Brien on 96.3 KKLZ. Carla has been a stand-up comedian for decades, but it's still a hard job. How could you not respect that in somebody? And to think that you're able to get these young kids up and able to perform in that vein, that is saying something.
Yeah, well, it's all them. I just give them a few tools and they'll take it and run with it.
I will say, comedy and improv is a skill that I believe every single performer needs to have. Whether you're a singer or a dancer, I can't tell you how many times I've been on stage and there's a problem. The sound goes out, the drummer's drum head breaks, the guitar breaks a string, and you're standing there in front of a live audience and you got to come up with something to say. One thing is comedy classes teach is think on your feet, work with the crowd, be able to improv, be able to get yourself out of sticky situations. How many times have we seen professionals like Beyonce and Kanye fall down on the stage and have to get up and brush it off and laugh it off? Being able to laugh it off is part of the arts. Arts people, unfortunately, with The Voice and American Idol and these hardcore competitions, they've put this stress and pressure on the arts that I actually don't like. I want kids to embrace the fun of the arts again. There's comedy in the arts. If you mess up, every professional has hit a sour note. Nobody's perfect. That's all part of the craft. You got to learn how to go with it and own it and just be like, well, that just happened. Let's go on and love it no matter what.
The Positively Arts Foundation is the group that we're talking about today. From what you're saying, though, you want the fun in the arts to come out. You want to expose kids to this. And you mainly are targeting your efforts toward at-risk kids, but you have availability for a lot of children. I'm thinking this should be part of everybody's upbringing.
Definitely. The arts are for everyone. These Broadway Dreamer fantasy camps that we provide scholarships for, they're for every kid who loves the performing arts. Whether you're a comedian, a singer, a dancer, or an actor, this camp is for you. It's empowering, it's inspiring, and it's healing. I can't tell you how many kids at the beginning of camp come in with nerves and excitement, and one of the first things we do, we get all the kids on their feet, they shake it out, they brush it off, and we tell them, you're here to have fun. You're here because you love the performing arts. Guess what? You're being taught by professionals, but every single one of these professionals, we get nervous. We mess up. We have our bad days, but we got to push through, and we don't put that much pressure on it. People who sit and watch the arts, they want you to do well. They want to love it. And you have to remember the joy in it at any time.
You are so right about that. Over years and years of being a DJ, going up on stage to intro a group or whatever, I've always said, don't worry. When you walk out on stage, the people in the audience are waiting. They're waiting for something, anything, anybody. And if you walk out on stage, they're just happy to see you, first of all. They also are going to believe you know what you're doing. Otherwise, you wouldn't be up there. So they're already on your side. That's where my fear of being on stage evaporated, because I went, wait a minute, it's not that tough. They just want anybody to go up there and do anything. They're ready. They're waiting. They came here for entertainment. So do what you can. Get it started. They'll be happy to see you.
Exactly. Especially in this town. This is the entertainment capital. People who come to see any of the shows, whether they pay money or whether they step into a lounge to watch a band, they're here to have a good time. They're here to see great performing arts experiences. We give it to them, and we want to teach kids in the Valley that you're capable of doing whatever you dream. The motto of Broadway Dreamers is dream it, live it, love it. If you dream it, that means that's something you want to do. Living it, now that's the hard part. You got to be fearless. You got to get on that stage. The arts is something very personal. It's showing your voice and your craft to the world and hoping people receive it well. And they will, as long as you're confident and you love it. That's the third thing. If you love it, they'll love it. People come to see you because they love the arts and they want to have an enjoyable experience. And Positively Arts Foundation is all about empowering kids, inspiring kids, and healing kids through the arts.
Get in touch with the Positively Arts Foundation through the website, pafgive.org.
Correct. www.pafgive.org.
I think a lot of the selfies that are going to pop up on social media at the end of your fantasy summer camps are going to say underneath, best summer ever.
I believe so as well. I'm very proud of the program we have designed because we actually designed the camp based on who is attending. We talk to every single kid that signs up. We find out what it is you love about performing arts. Are you a singer who wants to learn how to move better? Are you a dancer who wants to learn how to sing? Are you an actress who's terrified to sing? You just want some beginning vocal classes. Whatever it is, we will tailor the camp to fit you. We are at Show Creators Studio, and they are a beautiful one-stop shop for creativity. You can go to Show Creators, you can bring a live band there, you can record your work, you can rehearse in a giant dance space, you can do photography, you can have brainstorming sessions, you can build stuff there. There's a whole workshop there. Show Creators Studio is generously hosting these fantasy camps for us, and they're giving us access to their entire building. So our kids who come in, they don't only work on the stuff they bring in, their current audition pieces or dance pieces, but throughout the 1 week camp, they learn how to choreograph their own piece. They learn how to write their own song. They record it, and then they perform it live at the end of the week on Tuesday night at Kahunaville. It's amazing.
You can go see all of this if you want. $10 tickets for locals, and
right.
All the money supports Positively Arts Foundation. Tours, $20 for them. And you've got 5 consecutive weeks of summer camps. Get involved, donate, whatever. pafgive.org.
Correct. And the first fantasy camp starts this Monday, July 20th at Show Creators Studio.
It sounds like a lot of fun. I'm a little bit old for it, but boy, who wouldn't want to do this?
Exactly. And one thing also, after you buy your $10 ticket to come watch these kids Tuesday night at Kahunaville, there will be a table by the box office where you can make extra donations to Positively Arts Foundation. There will also be auction items there that you can bid on to help these kids. Again, 100% of the proceeds go back to Positively Arts Foundation to run these programs for kids.
pafgive.org. Your enthusiasm for the Positively Arts Foundation and your passion, it's infectious. I think it makes everybody feel good. Hopefully that's the way the kids feel. I imagine they do.
They definitely do. I have been running this foundation going on 5 years now, and the kids I've met and kept in touch with along the years, they've been so amazing. One thing Positively Arts Foundation offers is kind of a mentorship program. If you have come in contact with us, we encourage you to email us, keep in touch with our teaching artists, let us know what you're doing. If you book a gig, if you need help with an audition, if you're in a school play and you want us to come see, it's kind of like a big Big Brother, Big Sister program enmeshed with our fantasy camps and our outreach programs. We really want these kids to know you're in the family now. Positively Arts Foundation is a family of aspiring artists and professional artists connected.
Bottom line is our kids are our stars. I'd love to give them the chance to do the fantasy camp through Positively Arts Foundation. If you'd like to get involved in any way, to donate, if you have something that you could add to the silent auction, donate time. If you buy tickets for the Tuesday performances during this summer at Kahunaville, at TI on the Strip, any of that, get in contact with Polita. Go into the website, pafgive.org. It's just getting bigger and better from here.
Thank you so much. And yes, you can pretty much do everything from my website. Make donations there, and you can also buy tickets for the Kahunaville show.
Talking Solutions today, we have had in studio Phil Parado, Tickle Me Entertainment, also helping out the Positively Arts Foundation, and Polita Dinesh. You are the founder. Great to have you in here with us on Talking Solutions.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to spread my foundation to all of Las Vegas because we've kind of been operating under the radar for the last 4 years within the Clark County School District. And for the first time this summer, we're branching out and we've started the wonderful Broadway Dreamers Fantasy Camp, open to any and all performers in the Valley. If you're ages 10 to 18 and you love the performing arts, go to www.pafgive.org and email us and sign up for these fantasy camps. You're going to love it.
You're coming into the best part of your summer right now, I can just tell. Thanks for sharing the news on this great program.
Thank you so much for having me.
Talking Solutions is a production of the Community Relations Department here at Beasley Media Group Las Vegas. Get more information on today's topic on our Talking Solutions page on Facebook, where you will also find links and a podcast of today's show. Thanks for listening, and have a great week.